Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Jamilah Lawry, back with another 10 minutes of talk. Sorry for the delay. You already know we had some technical difficulties on the back end. Of course, we can't have a perfect day. Who wants that? Speaking of such, we have a awesome, amazing developer of something I probably needed a lot more than I thought of back in the days, or maybe not so back in the day. But I want to bring him on. We're going to tell you all about his backstory. We have Ethan Boivie, and I want to mess his name up so bad. And he told me, and I'm sorry, Ethan. It's just who I am. I'm going to mess it up anyway. So if you never heard of Anti is this amazing elixir for those my friends, probably 90% of my friends who are out partying and drinking and have that hangover in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and let him come on and tell you guys all about it. Ethan, let's get your mic and get you queued up here, bring you on, and I'll let you do the hard part. So I won't mess it up. How you doing, Ethan?
I'm doing great. Thank you Jamila, for having me on. Great to
Thank
see you.
you. Thank you. Thanks for your patience today. What a day. What a
Yeah,
day.
no problem at all. So yeah, no worries. My everyone gets my name wrong. It's happened for generations now. It's Bovie is
Oh,
actually how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to chat with you today and tell your
thank
audience
you.
about
Thank you. Thank you.
about Anti. So yeah, yeah, I used to I didn't get into the beverage space before about anything like that, but I used to do rocket science for a while, and that was my previous
Wow.
career. And
Wow.
yeah, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to solve these problems, but
I was
sometimes.
waiting for a rocket science joke.
Well, we usually say it's not brain surgery, so
Right, right.
so but yeah, I mean, I've always trying to been a good host. Family brought me up that way. To always treat your guests well. So I went from originally giving out nice drinks like that to cooking dinners for people,
Okay.
and then I wanted to still be a good host. The next day,
Right.
and so I would carry Pedialites out to people and say, hey, why
Oh,
and
nice.
so they'll be fine tomorrow.
Wow.
And and so then I realized I was thinking about it. I was like, why isn't this part of your drink already? And I tried to
Absolutely.
when Amazon tried to buy it, and I was surprised that it didn't exist. And I figured that's somebody else to think of it eventually. And then I ended up going doing another master's in Spain. Went to business school there,
Mhm.
and went through that whole startup process a few times. I figured, hey, this is fun. I'm good at this. And the best idea that the best idea I had that whole time, from
Wow.
before that was this anti-hangover drink, and so I basically was mixing potions in my apartment in Spain and using it on my friends and myself as guinea pigs to. Hey, try this out. What is it? Oh, just let me know tomorrow how you feel. So we found we hit on the combination that worked really well, and then basically turned it into a drink. And so
Awesome.
yeah. So what's really cool about it is, you've seen the powders and the pills and those kinds of things, but
Right.
you have to go to the pharmacy or take it on a schedule. What's really cool about Anti is that, it's just a drink. You just enjoy it, just like you would, a
Hmm.
Red Bull or a coffee or something. So,
Nice.
so you can drink it before or after. If you wake up hungover, you'll feel better in 20 minutes after drinking this.
Oh,
And
wow.
but even better is that you don't have to go to the pharmacy because just get it at the bar and mix it with your vodka or rum, and then your cocktail prevents your hangover. So it just
Wow.
matches your. You don't have to change anything you're doing already. So just get the same drink you were going to drink, but have it this way instead. Have try this cocktail, and then you don't have to worry about tomorrow. You can keep
So it's like
enjoying
the
your
last cocktail you should have before leaving the bar. That
or the
last
first
last
one,
call, or the
or
first.
all of them, or all of them. It depends how you do. I mean, you can. I mean, you can use it as a chaser for shots if you want to do it that way, or
Okay.
just drink it and enjoy it as a mocktail. If you're when you're waiting for the Uber to pick you or something like that.
Right,
So yeah.
right. Makes sense. Makes total sense. So tell me a little bit about like how okay, you went through the transition of creating this, your why, but now how did you get it into, like, is it in a bars? I seen it on Amazon, of course, but where else
Yeah.
can people find this? Because you can't take anything into the bar. So how do we
Right.
make sure, is it in all the bars already? Are we just
Yeah.
not asking for it? How does that work?
Well, no, it's not in the bars yet. We're still in that early stage startup phase. So
Awesome.
everybody go into your bars and ask for it, and then they'll ask what it is, and then when we
They'll
go and
Google
meet
it.
those bar owners, they'll say, oh, hey, people were asking about this, and
Right.
so It's on Amazon, it's on TikTok Shop, it's on our website, and it's in it. We're based out of Miami, so we're in a few shops here. So if you
Okay.
happen to be on like particular tourist cruise where you're snorkeling and they give you alcohol afterwards, you can find Auntie there, or in a few of the bodegas around here as well, and a couple different shops. So
Awesome. 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 And it's at the bottom of the screen, guys. It's at the bottom of
oh
the
yeah,
screen.
fantastic.
So you
There
can
it
go
is.
ahead and get
It's
yours
growing
as
beautifully.
well.
Yeah.
So this is awesome. This is awesome. So on the business side of things, since we are a business podcast, we'll before I go out and have a drink, we'll start
Sure.
there, right? So
Yep.
tell us a little bit about how difficult it is. I mean, a lot of people we have great ideas, we get in a business. Like, how does it work from the standpoint of a maker of a product that hey, people are going to drink, they're going to consume it. Let's talk a little bit about that if you can share.
About why. Sorry, about why they would want to
Kind
drink a
of
specific
getting
thing, or
into it, coming into saying, "Hey, I want to create this product for people to consume." How did
yeah.
you really say, "Hey, I'm going to jump into this," and this is where do we start?
Okay. Well, first off, and what a lot of people that have great ideas, do well. Unfortunately, wrong is they just will tell their friend, their families, their friends, and they're like, "Hey, I got this idea," and people, your friends and family are going to be supportive and like, "Oh, that's really cool. You want to start your own business? That's amazing."
Right,
And then, but they don't do the research to actually check and verify that. Independent sources are going to tell you the same thing, that your
right,
friends are just trying to be supportive rather than really, analyzing your business idea, right?
exactly.
So you have a great idea, then you can do lots of if research is usually free or really cheap, and you can do a bunch of surveys or just look around online and find out the information if there's really a demand for what it is that you want to do. And
Right,
if it's not already out there, then there might be a problem and a reason that it's not already out there.
right,
So you want to figure out what that is. So that's one of the big things that is a hang up and causes failures for a lot of early stage businesses. So you really want to make sure you do that cheap free research ahead of time before you spend money and time and research.
absolutely.
Uh, yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. I think that's really important. We deal with a lot of startups, and they're like, I want to come out with this energy drink, or well, not your drink. We've never heard of anything like this, so I think it's really awesome. I've
yeah,
had some kind of powder before. I've tried things, but certain things work, and certain. I guess it depends on how much that tequila I consumed the night before. So
yeah.
definitely something I can have with it makes absolute sense. Now, seeing you have a few recipes on the website as well. So
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit about that and how that even works.
Sure. So what basically, because no one's seen this before, because we're the first ones to do it, we wanted to really stress, and we realized that when we were talking to people, they weren't understanding, like on social media, they weren't getting it, the concept, and we're like, what? And then when we meet people in person at events, we would say, "Hey, this is you want to try the anti? You just mix it with your vodka, and then your cocktail prevents your hangover." And they're like, "Okay, great. When do I drink it?" Like, when you drink your vodka, it's in the same glass, and and then they realize, because when those synapses firing in your brain to help you recover from a hangover versus what you're going to be drinking, those have never been connected before. So
Never.
this is a brand new concept. So there's definitely an educational component that
Yes.
we need to do. And so in order to help that with that understanding and education, we're like, well, let's just show it as a cocktail, more so than even by itself, because that's how we want people to do it, and that's the easiest way for people to enjoy it and get the benefits from it.
Excellent.
Yeah, and we were trying to play
Makes
around
sense.
with
Makes
different.
sense. Excellent
Yeah,
marketing strategy.
yeah, and
Yeah,
we were
I,
trying
I
to
love it.
yeah,
I love it. I
people
think
around.
it's awesome.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're
Oh, I
breaking
think
up a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying was we wanted to have our different cocktails, and we wanted to, usually when you order a rum and coke or a gin and tonic, it's the alcohol and then the mixer. So we wanted to like flip it around, so our cocktails are all anti something, like an antigen is, that's one of our signature
Nice.
cocktails, and so this way we're stressing that the important part of your drink is preventing your hangover tomorrow. So like our
Yes.
anti-storm is like a play on the dark and stormy, but instead of gray skies and cloudiness, blue skies and happiness.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. That's awesome. So, fast forward. I won't hold you too long. So, fast forward 3 years from now. What does anti? I'm going to mess that up too. I just love messing up words.
Yeah,
So,
sure, sure.
what does anti look like 3 years from now? Like, where do you see it? And how can we hang on, and what can we look forward to?
Okay, well, it'll be pretty much most a lot of places throughout the country pretty easily accessible in local establishments. So we've been making some strides with some getting close to those decision makers to really put it start getting it everywhere and having big distribution deals throughout the country. And then so we should be just on the edge of getting going internationally around that stage. And probably that's at that point we'll be also kind of working with a large bottler distributor that is a name you've already know very
Right.
well, and
Yeah.
so this way partner with one of those companies to really leverage their scope and scale to show us. So you'll be able to find it everywhere in all your 7-Elevens and all your hotel mini bars and concert halls, sports arenas, resort casinos and bars and things like that. So
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, I'm super excited about it. And for our listeners and watchers who are out there, before you go out, or when you're about to go out, or while you're out, make sure you get anti and put it in your drink. Mix it so it's a mixer. And that's where I think people are going to get, all of our brains freeze when you say, hey, it's going to prevent, but you actually drink it. It is the drink. So I
yeah,
think that's really cool. And for all my bar, I have a lot of friends who are barmaids,
yeah.
bartenders, star tenders, as they call themselves. So hopefully we can definitely connect behind the scenes when you're ready to launch this thing bigger. And I'll come out and show off a little bit, and maybe get out there with some of the star tenders to make sure that we're getting the word out alongside of you there, because this is awesome, awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, that would be great. All those star tenders often they are drinking as part of their on the job as part of the,
Yeah.
as part of the job, and so this is all the bartenders that I know they love it, right? And so because they use it all the time, and then it's great for them to recommend to customers because they know that it works, and then they can say, hey, why don't you take one of these? And it's also a good add-on for them at the end of the night, which means they get an extra tip and stuff. So it's a win-win for everybody. And then yeah, I would just and really we're just I've talked to a lot of people that are really into like longevity and wellness, and I'm talking to these doctors who are saving people's lives and making people live 20 years longer, and I'm like, I'm just saving you like from one morning, but
Exactly.
but but you don't want to suffer from it, and this is
Right.
something that fixes your problem right away, enjoyable doing rather than a medicine. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Ethan, thank you so much for your time today. Really appreciate you. Of course, I'll connect with you behind the scenes, send you over the links. Everybody, the link is at the bottom. I actually did something really cool for the screen here. Let's see if I can actually pull it up. Let's see. Here it is. Here it is. We're going to go ahead and pull it
Try
up
to
on the
see what it is.
screen so everyone can see it. Let's make sure I did it right here. There it is. So we can show it right in stream. This is where it is. You guys, this is what it looks like. You have one there. This is
Yeah,
awesome, you guys. So make sure you go out, you get your ante before, take one before you leave, get one while you're out. The link is in the chat as well, you guys. This is something we have to support because it supports us. And I know that when I have grown daughters who go out. So I'm going to be recommending this to everybody I know. Of course, all of my bartender friends, they need this. That was a field that I was in as well. So I understand how important it is. Ethan, of course, again, if there's anything I can do on the other end, I will be right here willing to go ahead and help you get the message out for this, because this is awesome and it needs to hit the Philly area. So we're in Philly. So we definitely got to hit the
yeah,
Philly area next. Okay. Definitely. So thank you again for joining us on 10 Minutes to Talk today. And you guys, this will be out today. This episode is live. So we will be reposting. I'll share the links on the other end. And you guys, get your auntie everything. Whatever you're drinking, make sure it has auntie in the front of it. Any other
absolutely.
any place that they can follow you on social media, anything like
Uh,
that?
Yeah, Anti Elixir on TikTok, Anti Elixir official on Instagram. So
Okay.
uh, yeah, so we're on socials, and
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so I will be linking all of your socials to the podcast post, of course. And again, thank you again for being on 10 Minutes to Talk. I'm going to not hold you too much longer because you got to hurry up and get that over to us as soon as possible. So I'm going to have you go
absolutely.
work on that. Thank you again, Ethan. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much, Jamilah.
Thank you. Bye bye. All right, guys. All right, guys. That was Ethan, the CEO anti elixir. Okay, you guys. And what we want to do is support that because why? This is, we need it. We need it. This is not about just a product that's hitting the market, but it's also about us and people who are out here who have drinks, and especially for us maybe who don't, maybe even it's a drink. Enjoy. All right, guys. Thank you again for turning into another episode of 10 Minutes to Talk. I will see you on the other side. Peace out. It's your girl, Jamilah Lawry. Make sure you are also following my business at mybizconsulting.com. And any questions, concerns, or you need extra links, you want to find Ethan's product, hit me up. Y'all already know where to find me.